Today we're going to take a look at the cable glute kickback, not the straight leg or even the bent leg cable glute kickback or even abductions like to the side. We're going to do a 3/4 or a diagonal glute kickback, which means we're going to take the cable and we're going to kick back kind of to the 3/4, not abduction style, like not this way, not this way. We're going to split the difference and turn our toe out and squeeze there, working kind of like the bottom of our glute, the glute med here, minimus on the side of the glutes, because they're so popular right now. And so with the attachments, this one is a good ankle strap. However, it only has the one D-ring. The thing is that these get really gummed up quite quickly at the gym. And so if you have them and that's all you have, you can make do with that. However, I prefer the ones with the double D ring. That way, at least if the strap fails, you're still hooked onto the machine with the 2 rings. This is just one of the options and not the only option for glute kickbacks. And so we're gonna use these today. So you go ahead and get into your straps around the front and then around the back with the D rings in the front. And I'm just gonna show you one leg because it's gonna be the same thing for the opposite leg. But the key points here is maintaining your chest tall or strong, abs engaged, and having enough distance so that when you extend your leg forward, you're going to stretch up and hold and squeeze and then let that fatigue develop in the lower part of the glute. If you're new to this exercise, I would always back off on weight at the first to establish basically tolerance and proper technique, because if you're familiar with moving and you're already strong, your load is going to go up quite quickly, but we want to make sure you have that fundamental strength first in order to get the most impact from the exercise. So we're gonna go ahead and clip in. Make sure your cable is all the way to the bottom and locked in. We hook it in both D rings. And I have a unique setup because obviously I'm in my home studio. At the gym, you might actually have 2 handles here, so you're able to square up a little bit better. Here, there's a little MacGyvering because I just, I like the post and this is possible, but I use the weight plates, this weight set beside as more of a balance, kind of a counterbalance, because I'm pushing into the machine while I'm pulling my leg up and contracting. So we're gonna get into the position. I'm a little bit distant. I'm not fully vertical like this. I'm a little bit bent over so I can get an increased range of motion. And then we're gonna kick a little bit to the side, up and hold, squeeze, and slowly lower that weight back down, stretching here while my toe is angled outward. Up and squeeze, and all the way back down. My opposite leg is slightly bent on the knee, just because if I lock it out, I'm either gonna feel it in the top of my quad because I'm locking out my knee, or in the back of my knee. But my knee is firm, but just not locked out. My abs are engaged and I'm pushing into the machine while squeezing my glute as I kick that leg on the diagonal away from the machine. And then all the way down. You complete for the number of reps. And then if you didn't feel the burn, a little bit holds at the back, you can obviously go up in weight in 5-pound increments. And if you're lucky enough, you'll have a machine that goes up in 2.5-pound increments.